ball, we're going to score.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Former Raven, now Arizona Cardinal, Hollywood Brown is coming to the defense of his old quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
Different year, same crap.
Brown took to Twitter to say, quote, how ridiculous it is to think his former teammate had anything to do with why he wanted out of Baltimore.
I mean, he got tired of dropping the ball all the time.
Skip, but here's the thing. He can say it's about style of offense, but it's hard for me to believe.
Now, why is that, Shannon Sharpe? Continue.
Now, if he'd have just said, look, contract extension, I thought I would, I wanted a contract extension. Make it like Tyreek. Hey, Tyreek, he left Mahomes for Tua.
I don't think that it is smart to compare Tyreek Hill's situation to Hollywood Brown. Tyreek Hill just saw the money and left, whereas Marquise Brown, it seems like he wanted to be a part of a creative offense.
And Tyreek took the money to run, and I don't have no problem. If Hollywood would have said, you know what, guys, I want a contract extension, I was looking for this, they were unwilling to meet my demands, and so, I requested a trade, okay, boom.
I mean, it's not like Lamar Jackson has signed a big contract yet. I mean, I really think it has a lot to do with the creativity behind the Ravens offense. Lamar Jackson has been very reluctant with this contract, and you had Hollywood Brown that left.
But even if that's the case, I don't think receivers are going to be requesting trades to leave Joe Burrow, to leave Justin Herbert, to leave one of these young throwing quarterbacks.
There is one word surrounding Lamar Jackson's career, and that is propaganda. We just heard Shannon Sharpe contradicted himself. He said that he does not see any of these young wide receivers requesting a trade from these young quarterbacks like a Joe Burrow or a Justin Herbert, even though he just talked about Tyreek Hill leaving Patrick Mahomes for Tua Tagovailoa for more money. And Patrick Mahomes technically is the most accomplished young quarterback out of all these quarterbacks. And if you look at the Chiefs situation, that is a wide receiver's dream. So if Tyreek Hill can do that, a lot of these young wide receivers would do the exact same thing if they see that there is more money and a better opportunity for another franchise. But for some reason, Marquise Hollywood Brown leaving the Baltimore Ravens is Lamar Jackson's fault, in which it seems like Shannon Sharpe is alluding to.
I don't believe so. Now, this is the same offense. Everybody's criticizing this offense. This is the same offense that won Lamar Jackson an MVP.
Now I see why there are so many ignorant fans, especially fans that criticize athletic quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson. One, Lamar Jackson won the MVP because of his athleticism and creativity as a football player. Mind you, this is the same quarterback that won the Heisman with Louisville, a team that was not very good, and Lamar Jackson had a better year the next year in which he could have won the Heisman back-to-back. Let's not pretend that Lamar Jackson won an MVP because of Greg Roman's offensive scheme, because a smart football fan knows that is not the case. Because if that was the case, when Lamar Jackson got injured in the pocket and Tyler Huntley stepped up and became the starter, and a lot of people were pro Tyler Huntley, the only game that Tyler Huntley won was against the Chicago Bears, and we all know about the Chicago Bears. They cannot score on offense. They missed the playoffs, and they had a losing record, which shows you the lack of creativity within that offense.
Now you want them to scrap that. He's not a prototypical drop-back quarterback. Stop asking him to do things like a Tom Brady, like an Aaron Rodgers. That's not what he is.
I think Shannon Sharpe is a little slow mentally. And you saw that when he was interviewing Damon Dash. And Damon Dash asked Shannon Sharpe some smart questions, and it seemed like Shannon Sharpe couldn't answer some of the questions in which Damon Dash had asked him. Now, I know that's off topic, but what he's saying absolutely makes no sense. One, the average quarterback is not like a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Not even your good quarterback is like a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. And John Harbaugh himself Greg Roman himself has said that they have told Lamar Jackson to be himself. You see, the problem with the Ravens offense is not about turning Lamar Jackson into something that he is not. It's the fact that that offense is not creative. I do not know how many times that I have to stress or express that, but that is the main reason why Hollywood Brown has left. That is the main reason why Lamar Jackson is so reluctant to sign a big contract.
What makes him unique, what makes him dynamic is his ability to run the football. They've built an offense around his skill set. Basically, it's the offense very similar to what he won the Heisman Trophy with in Louisville, Skip.
Wrong, dumbass. That's not the same offense that he ran in Louisville. The offense that he ran in Louisville was the pro-style multiple formation offense. They ran multiple formations in Louisville. Sometimes they had the pistol. Other times they were in the shotgun. Other times they were under center. That's why during Lamar Jackson's pro day, him and Sam Darnold were the only quarterbacks that was taking snaps from under the center, whereas other spread quarterbacks were taking snaps in the shotgun. The offense that the Baltimore Ravens currently use is an offense similar to the 49ers when they had Colin Kaepernick as their quarterback, and coincidentally, Greg Roman was their offensive coordinator. That scheme that Greg Roman runs has a very subpar route tree, and they do not have a dynamic receiver that can scare other opponents. And don't say it's because of Lamar Jackson's athleticism. Trust me, if you tell Lamar Jackson to throw the ball, he is going to do that. I mean, he led the league in touchdown passes. I wonder why people act like he hasn't done that. I mean, that's strange to me. And look at what it took for Matthew Stafford to win a Super Bowl. You basically had to give him a super team with a good coach to beat a second-year quarterback in Joe Burrow. But nobody wants to mention that. But Lamar Jackson has to be perfect. Okay.
Yep. They want them to disband that because, he could. No, he's not that. Stop it. Y'all need to stop this, people at home.
I think you need to stop it because the people at home obviously knows more than you.
Because you're doing them a disservice.
Nope. That is the media doing him a disservice for years. Remember, Lamar Jackson was not even supposed to be in the NFL this long, and he is going on his 5th year. I thought he was supposed to be out in 2.
He's not the prototypical throwing quarterback. My only concern, I think he's a phenomenal player. My only concerns about Lamar is consistency and accuracy. And when you run the ball as much as he does, you open yourself up to be hit because they're going to attack you like you're running back.
Damn, they all say the exact same thing, the exact same way. No variations of it. Oh, when you're a running quarterback, you're going to be susceptible to more hits. So if that's the case, why do so many franchises spend so much money on an offensive line? If these pocket passers are so durable, like everybody claims they are, why does all of these teams emphasize on a good offensive line? When it came to the Cleveland Browns, the Bengals this year, try to get better offensive linemen. It's always an offensive lineman that these franchises try to spend so much money to get. The Dallas Cowboys did it at one point where they invested so much money on their offensive line. Yet these athletic quarterbacks, if you get out of the pocket, you're susceptible to injuries, even though the 2 injuries that Lamar Jackson has received in his NFL career was against the Buffalo Bills when he got sacked in the pocket, and last year when he got sacked in the pocket, which had nothing to do with his athleticism.
The narrative they're trying to create on my dog is ridiculous. He can run the show in any type of offense. He just so happened to be in the one he's in. And he's doing it at the top level. And every wide receiver who ever played with him knows that.
I mean, that should tell you something there.
Now I'm back to why did he bounce? Well, he told I Am Athlete on Sirius, I asked him for a trade after the season. It was just my happiness. He was not happy in that offense.
Either Skip Bayless has poor reading comprehension or they're just pushing the propaganda when it comes to Lamar Jackson not being a quarterback And in this case, they're just pushing propaganda. Now, it's obviously because of Greg Roman's lack of creativity. Look at their route tree. I said earlier in the video, if it was all Lamar Jackson's fault, how come when he got injured, their offense still had the same problems? I can go on and on about this, but it's the ignorance of the media. When they do not like a player, they push these propaganda narratives. Even if Lamar Jackson has flaws, Lamar Jackson can win in this league, and he has proven that he can.